Anguilla updates public health protocols for visitors. Anguilla is safely transitioning the island, which will revitalize the economy. Distribution and administration of vaccine programs in Anguilla have profound implications for tourism in the territory. Some new health protocols will take effect immediately while others will take place in phases. Anguilla's Executive Council has approved a COVID-19 exit strategy, comprising a series of revised entry protocols, some of which will become effective immediately, while others will be introduced in phases over the coming months. The strategy is designed to safely transition the island from this extended period of economic contraction towards generating the business activity needed to revitalize the economy. We recognize that the widespread distribution and administration of vaccine programs in our major source markets as well as here in Anguilla have profound implications for our tourism industry, stated the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mr. Hayden Hughes. As more people become vaccinated, and new infections begin to plateau, we believe that revisiting and updating our entry protocols is merited at this time. As always, the health and protection of both our visitors and our residents is paramount, and we are once again taking a phased approach to the full and safe reopening of our island. We worked diligently with the Ministry of Health to develop our protocols, which secured Anguilla's position as the leading destination in the successful management and control of the pandemic, declared the Honorable Parliamentary Secretary Tourism, Mrs. Quincy Agumsbury. We have continued this successful collaboration in designing our exit strategy, which will allow us to rebuild our industry and return to full employment as welcome our visitors back to Anguilla. The following measures came into effect on Monday, April 12, 2021. The stay-in-place mandate for international travelers who are fully vaccinated, with the final dose administered at least 3 weeks 21 days prior to arrival, is reduced from 14 days to 7 days. Persons will still be required to submit a test 5 days prior to their arrival, be tested on arrival and at the end of the quarantine period. Multi-generational families and/or groups with a mix of unvaccinated and vaccinated persons will all have to quarantine for a 10-day period, utilizing only approved short-stay services. The entry application fee for fully vaccinated visitors staying under 90 days in a villa or hotel is $300 per individual, and $200 for each additional person. The entry application fee for fully vaccinated returning residents or visitors who are staying in an approved private dwelling home is $300 per individual, and $200 for each additional person. The entry application fee for unvaccinated returning residents or visitors who are staying in an approved private dwelling home is $600 per individual, and $200 for each additional person. Effective May 1st, the following protocols will apply. All persons traveling in groups, i.e. more than 10 persons, must be fully vaccinated to enter and attend or conduct any mass gatherings in Anguilla, for example weddings, conferences, etc. Spa, gym and cosmetology services will be allowed if both guests and staff therapists/consultants are fully vaccinated, i.e. 3 weeks have passed since the final dose of an approved vaccine. All frontline hospitality workers, along with port and transportation staff, are required to receive the COVID-19 vaccination first dose by May 1st. We have safely welcomed thousands of guests over the past 5 months, and we are confident that we will continue to do so under this amended regime, declared Mr. Kenroy Herbert, Chairman of the Anguilla Tourist Board. Our visitors appreciate the extra steps we have taken to ensure their safety while enabling them to experience our exceptional tourism product. There is tremendous interest in Anguilla, and we are seeing a significant increase in our arrivals. Our forward bookings for this summer and particularly winter 2021-22 are also very encouraging. It is estimated that 65%-70% of Anguilla's resident population will have been fully vaccinated by the end of June 2021, enabling the island to achieve herd immunity. Starting on July 1st, Anguilla will remove the fee and quarantine requirements for visitors who are fully vaccinated at least 3 weeks before arrival. The entry protocols will be further revised in phases, leading to the elimination of all requirements by October 1, 2021. Phase 1 runs from July 1 through August 31, 2021. All visitors to Anguilla who are eligible to be vaccinated against COVID-19 are required to be fully vaccinated at least 3 weeks before arrival, i.e. persons 18 and older. Fully vaccinated persons will not be tested upon arrival. Persons with evidence of full COVID-19 vaccination will not be required to quarantine on arrival if the final vaccine dose is administered at least 3 weeks before date of arrival. All persons entering Anguilla will be required to produce a negative COVID-19 test 3-5 days before entry. Multi-generational families and/or groups with a mix of individuals who are not eligible for the vaccine, i.e. children, will not need to quarantine, but they will need a negative PCR test 3-5 days ahead of arrival, and may be tested on arrival and subsequently during their stay. Unvaccinated returning residents will be required to produce a negative COVID-19 test 3-5 days prior to arrival, submit to a COVID-19 test on arrival, quarantine for 10 days in approved accommodation. Phase 2 runs from September 1st through September 30th, 2021. Unvaccinated returning residents will be required to produce a negative COVID-19 test 3-5 days prior to arrival, submit to a COVID-19 test on arrival, quarantine for 7 days in approved accommodation. Phase 3, which signifies the culmination of the government's COVID-19 exit strategy, comes into effect on October 1, 2021. The travel authorization application for entry will be removed. It will be the duty of all transport operators to ensure that their passengers have all the necessary documentation for entry, including evidence of completed COVID-19 vaccinations, pre-arrival test for unvaccinated returning residents. All Phase 2 provisions for unvaccinated persons remain in place. The legal requirements for businesses providing services to short-stay guests, those operating in the bubble, will be removed entirely. For travel information on Anguilla, please visit the official website of the Anguilla Tourist Board, www.visitanguilla.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/AnguillaOfficial, Instagram @Anguilla_tourism, Twitter @Anguilla_TRSM, hashtag my Anguilla. About Anguilla. Tucked away in the northern Caribbean, Anguilla is a shy beauty with a warm smile. A slender length of coral and limestone fringed with green, the island is ringed with 33 beaches, considered by savvy travelers and top travel magazines to be the most beautiful in the world. A fantastic culinary scene, a wide variety of quality accommodations at varying price points, a host of attractions and exciting calendar of festivals make Anguilla an alluring and entrancing destination. Anguilla lies just off the beaten path, so it has retained a charming character and appeal. Yet because it can be conveniently reached from 2 major gateways, Puerto Rico and St. Martin, and by private air, it's a hop and a skip away. Romance? Barefoot elegance? Unfussy chic? And untrammeled bliss? Anguilla is beyond extraordinary. More news about Anguilla. #rebuilding travel.